When you're at a national park or state park, the general rule is it's okay to have a camera to take pictures and video like a tourist, like this. But the moment you start holding something and talking to the camera like this, you are probably doing this for social media, which means you're probably monetizing it. And that's crossing the line of becoming a professional because you hope to get paid for it. Even if you say, I really don't get paid for it, I don't have a lot of subscribers, it doesn't matter. You're hoping to get paid for it. Your channel is monetized. That's like a wedding photographer hoping he's going to get paid if he takes pictures or is hired to take pictures at a wedding. But generally, if you are holding a camera with your hand, that's okay. And you can just say, oh, I'm just taking a selfie for the family. Okay, you can get away with that. But what they do get funny about is light stands. They don't want you to have, the general rule is don't have anything touching the ground other than your feet. I'll show you what I do in a minute here. I'm just trying to show you the general rules. This is obviously not okay. It's a light stand. This looks professional. Anything where you add light other than natural light is starting to get into the world of professional. So if you have a reflector or a light of some kind, that's what professionals do, and that's what they don't like. So obviously this isn't going to fly. Any kind of modifier like this is not going to fly. A big light stand like this, a heavy-duty one, isn't going to fly. Well, what about these little portable GoPro stands? It's basically a light stand. Anything with 3 legs is a light stand. So this is technically a tripod, right? They say it's okay to use a consumer cheap lightweight tripod, which is what, to take pictures of yourself or something like that. Something like this. So that's where I suggest you get, the lightweight ones that I was telling you about, like this one here, which I made videos about. But they generally don't go above eye level, which is like 5.5 feet, 6 feet. This is a really good one. It's lightweight. This is the Photo Pro. But light stands usually go up to 7 feet or 8 feet because you want the light above your eye level. Now, you can put a light on a tripod and say, hey, it's not a light stand, it's a tripod. It doesn't matter, you're using a light. Now, people do put cameras on light stands. You can put lights on tripods and cameras on light stands. But this is kind of okay because it's just a dinky little thing. They don't go over eye level. They're not going to care about a GoPro. This is a great camera to do vlogs with. Here's some examples I did where I did vlogs with a little tiny, this is an Osmo Action, tiny little camera, and it looks great, especially if you're outdoors in the sun. This is not that great for indoors with low light, but when you're outdoors, this is a great camera to do a vlog with. So I've done that quite a few times. This is fine. Second camera that you could put on a stand like this is a pocket camera. Almost every video, including right now, the one I'm using right now, was made with this, a Sony RX100 Mark VII. They look at this and they go, that's a tourist camera. That's no big deal. Okay, so I do my vlogs with this. I can put that on here too. You cannot put one of these things on there. You can hand hold this, that's okay. Obviously put a rock or something on the base of this thing. These are really lightweight. Most of them are carbon fiber. This one's aluminum. This is a Fosoto. Don't hate the forest rangers. The park rangers are people like you and me. They're normal people. They love the outdoors. They're working where they want. So have a little mercy on them. They're just as frustrated about all these rules as you are. I mean, put yourself in their position. It's like anybody with a camera nowadays is on social media monetizing themselves, so they're considered professional. So it's really frustrating for them. In the old days when there was a film production or a professional shoot with big things like this, it was easy to spot. Nowadays, it's all run and gun, quick, like commando style run and hide. Obviously, this is on a stand, which you're not supposed to do. So what I do is, and I've done this a lot when I travel and I'm on vacation, I have my flash trigger and I hold my flash in my hand and I walk around like this. So the only thing touching the ground is my feet, and it's really fast, and it doesn't look like I'm much of anything when I'm just walking around like this. I see a picture, I tell her to pose, I go like this, click, click, click. They're usually okay about that. I mean, I'm using a light, but this is so unassuming. It's in my hand. It might as well be a speed light. It's not much bigger than a speed light. So I've taken a lot of pictures like this when I travel, when I'm in public places. I just want to work fast. And it's not just like not getting caught or having permits. It's also just wanting to travel light, like having something really, like this is really, really portable. It's like a normal tourist like this, just walking around. I see a nice picture and I go click and I get nice, good lighting from a flash. So this is what my first recommendation is. And this is for picture taking, obviously. This isn't for video, but this is what I like to do. Now, what about a modifier? What if you want soft light? Well, one thing that you can do that's also portable is something like this. This is how small the unit is. And this is a Quantum QF35. It's a little bigger than the Godox version of this. And this thing just literally clicks on here like this. There you go. So now I have a 23-inch softbox hooked up to my handheld light flash, and I can do this. And this looks really good too. So this is portable. There's no light stand touching the ground, and it might look a little professional because it's a softbox. You go like this, you go like that, and if you want, you can even take it off like that. How long did that take? Now when they see you standing there like this, you don't look really that assuming of anything. Look at this little thing. This tiny little thing looks like a compact travel umbrella, which is, I guess you could use it for that, but it's just, this is by Westcott. It's a tiny little 43-inch umbrella that actually, look at that. This slides on the mount for your flash or your video light. I did this in Hawaii on the volcano. I handheld an AD600 and I took pictures like this. So there's no light stand hitting the ground. And I mean, this is really pushing it, and it gets really heavy on your shoulders and needing heavy, good muscles for this, for doing something like this for an extended period of time. But you can do this and you can get some good pictures, but this is really heavy. I highly suggest, if you're going to do that kind of shooting, that you use an AD200 with an ADS2 7-inch reflector with a diffuser on top. This is the best way for doing that kind of shooting. If you are going to use big modifiers, do not use big normal softboxes with big normal light stand. I highly suggest you use AD200s. Do not use high-speed sync, because then you can get double the flash power out of this. You will need to use ND filters or polarizing filters. I made videos about that. And then use umbrellas like this. So if somebody's coming, you just go like this, bam. This does not look professional. It's a tiny little umbrella. And you could even say it's a sun umbrella. Hey, look, hey, I'm out in the sun. I don't want to die, out here roasting in the desert. So this is probably okay. I wouldn't worry about it. Now, if you can't get a small one like this, you can get a normal one, but they're longer. These are not the collapsible kind, but these are just as good. It's a silver or white, whatever, umbrella. You can use it as a sunshade. You could be standing there like this, like, hey, I'm just shading myself, taking pictures with the camera. Or you could use a diffuser. And I made a video about this last week where, yeah, you could shoot a flash through it, or you just basically have the sun hit it and use it as a diffuser. So you're diffusing the light from the person that you're on. So they're not squinting their eyes. Of course, the background is going to be a lot lighter than you want probably, but at least you have a diffuser here that you're hand holding. And this is a very portable diffuser because within seconds, it's collapsed. So it doesn't look like you got all this big fancy photography equipment. This is a diffuser. And then there's stuff like this, little tiny, this is by Manfrotto, Lastolite. These are things that expand to 32 to 38 inches across, reflectors, diffusers. Now these take time to set up though. These are good for when you want something small in your backpack or suitcase that don't take up space when you're traveling. But when you're actually setting it up, these take a little time to set up. And I'll make a video about these next. And I love these things, but takes a lot longer to set up and break down than something like this, which literally just took 1.5 seconds. So if you're at a national park or state park or, somewhere where they don't really like people photographing, videoing, stuff like this, and an AD200, this is your lighting kit like that, or this Quantum QF35. This thing is great, and you can hand hold this thing. This is small enough to hand hold, and you can literally just take it down in a matter of seconds like that. So that's what I suggest. and this, obviously. And if you're doing a vlog, I suggest one of these really lightweight light stands like this. And you can put one of these cameras on here if you want. Like I said, I don't use full frame cameras for vlogging. I almost never do. It's usually the RX100. Now I imagine you could easily get away with this as a camera holder because you're just taking a video of yourself talking. You can say this is smaller and more lightweight than a typical tourist tripod. So, I mean, this is okay. I almost never use tripods. I use light stands to hold up my cameras. So that's okay. So that's my little thing for if you're in national parks or public places. You don't want to be drawing attention to yourself anyway, because it's just people staring at you all the time. Even if you're allowed to take pictures and videos, it's just annoying, people staring at you. So you want to be able to move quickly and get out of there quickly. And that's kind of what that's my art form. I kind of like love doing that, perfecting it. So that's my suggestions for if you're in a national park or state park. So just keep a low profile, stay out of the way, try not to cause a scene. Go to places where most people don't go. You know, why do you always have to be where everybody else goes? I like to go to places that are around the corner that nobody sees. Discover new places. All right, so that's my thing. Hope I got your mind thinking. This is what I do when I do my thing. So go out there, discover the world, take pictures and videos, have a good time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.